For 13.8 billion years, the universe expanded, a clockwork of gravity, chemistry, and silent energy. Then, on one small, wet planet, something utterly inexplicable occurred: consciousness. We are the result of an evolutionary lottery so statistically improbable, it demands radical analysis. The evolution of intelligence is not a linear march towards humanity. It's a fractal chain of necessary bottlenecks, metabolic trade-offs, and critical biological leaps. Our very existence challenges the efficiency of natural selection. If intelligence is so advantageous, why did it take 4 billion years? And why aren't the oceans swarming with philosophical squids? Today, we dismantle the myth of inevitable human ascendancy. We will investigate the fundamental biological conditions that pave the way for abstract thought, from the necessity of movement to the high-stakes game of social complexity, and analyze why the path to true intelligence is paved with extreme evolutionary sacrifice. First, we must define the term. Intelligence is often measured by problem-solving, but in evolutionary terms, it is simply efficiency in utilizing localized information to increase fitness. On this definition, the single-celled paramecium, using cilia to navigate thermal gradients, is exhibiting fundamental intelligence. The critical first leap wasn't thought. It was the nervous system. The nervous system arose not for reflection, but for movement. Being sessile, rooted in place, rewards efficiency. Being mobile rewards information processing. The predator-prey arms race of the Cambrian explosion was the ultimate intellectual boot camp. The requirement for speed and coordination favored the centralization of nerve clusters, the ganglia. From flatworms onward, those that could process and react faster survived. Intelligence was merely a secondary product of this high-stakes biological arms race for efficient locomotion and accurate sensory input. But the path diverged wildly. Look at the cephalopods. The octopus developed a highly distributed neural system, with intelligence localized in its arms. This parallel processing power allows for phenomenal physical manipulation and camouflage, but it has one glaring limitation: minimal social transmission. The major bottleneck for high-level, symbolic intelligence wasn't neural tissue itself, but the metabolic cost. Neural tissue is incredibly expensive. A human brain accounts for only 2% of body mass but consumes over 20% of the body's total energy budget. This is the hidden cost of thought. How did our ancestors overcome this severe metabolic limitation? The expensive tissue hypothesis suggests a critical trade-off: a reduction in gut size, fueled by a high-quality, dense caloric diet, namely meat, and crucially, cooked food. Cooking predigests food, liberating energy that could be redirected to the brain. Yet energy alone doesn't grant symbolic thought. We must consider the social brain hypothesis. As early hominid groups grew, the demands of tracking complex relationships, predicting deceit, and maintaining cooperation became the primary selective pressure for higher cognition. It was a Machiavellian intelligence contest. This pressure led to the expansion of the prefrontal cortex, the seat of executive function and theory of mind. The ability to model the intentions of others, to understand that they possess beliefs different from your own, fundamentally redefined the adaptive landscape. A crucial, often overlooked factor is the concept of neoteny, the retention of juvenile characteristics into adulthood. Humans are essentially perpetual adolescents, characterized by slow development and extended periods of learning dependency. This extended childhood provides the necessary time to absorb immense social and cultural knowledge. But the final, impossible jump was language. Language is not just communication. It is a mechanism for communal thought storage. It allows for the symbolic representation of concepts and the rapid, cross-generational transmission of knowledge that bypasses genetic evolution entirely. This is the key differentiator. Suddenly, the intelligence of one individual could be amplified and stored by the collective. A single successful hunting technique, a medicinal plant identification, or a complex tool design became the property of the tribe, creating a runaway cultural evolution loop that exponentially accelerated our cognitive output. The myth persists that pure volume equals intelligence. This is inaccurate. Neanderthals had larger brains than modern humans. The crucial metric isn't size but density and connectivity, the ratio of neurons to glial cells, and the structural integrity of complex neuronal pathways. This maximizes computational efficiency within the skull's confines. Furthermore, the brain's unique ability for plasticity, its ability to reorganize itself by forming new neural connections throughout life, was selected for, particularly in unstable environments. We are the ultimate adaptive learning machines, perpetually rewriting our own hardware based on environmental feedback. The great irony of this evolutionary journey is that intelligence, the trait that defines us, may also be the ultimate evolutionary dead end. Our capacity for abstraction enabled agriculture, medicine, and technology, but also environmental destruction and existential risk. This analysis reveals that the emergence of intelligence was not a guarantee, but a multi-layered convergence of favorable geological conditions, metabolic breakthroughs, and intense social pressures. It was a statistical singularity born from necessity and trade-off. Understanding this difficult, sacrificial path is paramount today, as we face the next great evolutionary leap, artificial general intelligence. We are attempting to recreate in silicon, over a few decades, what took nature billions of years of trial and error and countless extinctions to achieve. The story of intelligence is the story of maximizing computational power under extreme constraint. As we navigate the future, we must ask, are we prepared for the metabolic and ethical cost of the next level of global computation? The question of how we became intelligent is now inseparable from the question of what we will choose to evolve into. What do you think was the most critical jump in the evolution of thought? Was it fire, language, or social complexity? Let me know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this analytical deep dive, hit that like button and subscribe for more investigative journeys into the boundaries of science and history.